love this movie so much, and I love both of your roles. Please tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you to this documentary.
My background is biological sciences. I love anything about the body, specifically genetics, and how the molecular basis of our makeup is so similar, but then yet so different. So that's really my passion, my love. But I love all science. I don't care what it is, physics, chemistry, it could be anything. AI, I'm in. As long as it's something I can learn about, I'm in.
Rob?
I just got out of high school last year from West Virginia. So the first year I went to ISEF, I had a pure math project. I'm super into pure math. And after that I had a machine learning or an AI project.
Very cool, and I heard earlier we had talked, you had done some work with NVIDIA.
Yeah. So immediately after I graduated from high school, NVIDIA heard about the project I did with neural networks and Kanye West's discography, where I trained neural networks to write new rap songs in the style of Kanye West. But they heard about that. They offered me an internship. I went, I took it. I worked there for a few months. I recently left there though, and now I'm working at a research lab in Stanford.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, your school keeps hitting it out of the park when it comes to science.
We're doing very well. Jericho continues to be the best.
Awesome. How much is it a give and take with your students and yourself and the projects and growing your students throughout the years?
I think it's a complete give and take. I give, and I tell the kids that too. You know, I'm putting in as much as you're putting in. If I see you're slacking off, or if I'm not getting good feedback, they're not doing their job, then I push back and I'll work harder on another set of kids. And they know that. And I think that that's the challenge, because now I have phenomenal kids and they're all trying to take all of my time all the time. So it's kind of hard to balance because they're all really good.
We know what kind of student Robbie is from the film, because I was just like, okay, I was the same type of kid at the time. But what kind of student were you at that age?
I was not like Robbie. I actually probably did all of my assignments and did them on time. And my dad used to always say that he never asked me about my homework. And I asked him that as an adult. I was like, you never questioned me. You questioned my brother and sister, but not me. And he was like, we knew you were always doing it. So they never even challenged me.
And your learning process, as shown in the documentary, was so different. And to me, it seems like a creative process in your science aspect. Where did you get that from? How did it come out? Was it just something natural out of you?
Well, I mean, I guess it's just, what I like to work on stuff that I'm interested in, obviously. Yeah. So I can't do, if there's homework that I'm not super into, I just don't want to do it. And Science Fair was a really, really great outlet for that, where, it's just a project that you can sort of work on and develop over, a really long time. You can do it on whatever you're interested in. So, and I mean, it's really, unstructured. It's not like you have to, do like 20 problems or whatever. You can ask questions and do experiments, and it's really, really a good fit for me. And that's why I, really excelled at it and got to the international level and won some things there when, I was having a really hard time in high school math class.
So, if you had Dr. McCalla as a teacher and vice versa, how do you think you guys would work out?
I think we'd actually really get along.
I think so too.
Yeah, so I had problems with my math teacher. You see in the film, I was doing my number theory project. I was working on it, I loved it, and I asked her, I'm like, so what do you think about, number theory? And she said, well, she said, I don't know, why don't we talk instead about today's lesson? Which is just, I think, such an awful answer. If you had some kid, if you're a math teacher and you have some kid that's interested in math outside of class enough to go look up and start working on a math project, and you just shut them down like that, what, you need to really think about, what you're doing.
You know what it is? I think we need balance. I think teachers are given this protocol for what the class should look like. And I think that some teachers just take it straight to that course and follow the procedures without thinking. And we have to also recognize that they're human beings, Exactly. Not everybody's going to fit into the same cookie cutter box. So it's our job to definitely follow the curricula as per mandated from the state or whatever, but also to challenge these kids outside of that curricula. And if I had a student like Robbie who said to me, hey, I want to do something on number theory, which is graduate level mathematics, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, do geometry. I'm going to say, sorry, but I'm going to be like, all right, let's check this out. Let's figure out what we know about it or what we need to know about it. And then, you know, I also expect you to do my geometry homework, but let's look at this too. I thought it was kind of cool.
I'd be, yeah, and I mean, I think that I'd be fine with that, you know?
Right.
And I mean, you don't need to be like a science teacher, like a math teacher to support kids doing science fair. Like you see in the movie that Coach Schmidt supports one of the students, Kashvia, with her science fair projects. Like anybody, you can support as a student wanting to do stuff like this. You can be anyone. So, and I really think that the film will, you know, that message will come through as well.
Do you ever think that's maybe a problem, why you don't see kids after high school continue with science and continue in STEM fields?
I think mentorships is so important, and it's time consuming. And I know that's a large reason why a lot of people don't do it. It takes a lot of time to be a great mentor. But look at the product. If you do mentor them, you know, you're going to have kids who are going to become new mentors to other kids. I have my kids at Jericho now asking me, can we mentor the 10th graders, the seniors? Because the second half of the school year, they don't have anything to do. And they're excited to be able to give someone their joy, their passion, to share that love with the younger kids. So I don't think that they would have gotten there if they didn't see that that was how I was training them.
Right.
So.
Exactly. So what can you tell the MUSE audience who are very tech heads, very into science, and are, because of what we show, to get them out to see science fair?
You will laugh, you will cry, and you will be inspired.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a really fun movie. I mean, if you're super technical, even if you aren't, like, it's accessible. You know, you don't have to be like a mega nerd to watch and really appreciate this. But if you are, like, you might be able to even more. So. And
this may motivate their kids too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good movie for younger kids to see too.
So for anybody.
For anybody, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it sitting down with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching MUSE. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click on all the other videos you see to watch more of our content.